Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this Monday, March the 3rd, 2025 at 10:35 p.m., man. How y'all doing on this Monday? I hope y'all had a good weekend. Welcome to The Point of View. I'm your host, Mike D, aka DDE80, aka 13th Wonder of the World, aka Mike DZ. I got my little baby brother in the house. He's chilling. Shout out to my little baby brother Josh. And shout out to the Point Place family, Bobby Reezy, of course. Shout out to my little homie M Breezy. Shout out to Naya. Shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. And thank y'all for listening to The Point of View on the Podbean app, as well as it being on YouTube as well, man. I appreciate all the people that come through and just listen, man. It might not be but 6 people that listen, but I appreciate all y'all for listening to The Point of View, man. I'm trying to get better at this thing. I'm trying to do what I need to do to make it happen. So guys, just pray for me as I pray for y'all, man. As Point Place, the company of Point Place, get to be a big thing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, yesterday the Lakers won again against the Clippers. Sorry, B.Ray. LeBron had 17, but Luka was the one that was doing it. Bando played great. Austin Reeves is out with an injury. Hopefully he'll be back soon, and we'll see what happens as the Lakers continue winning. I think this is 6 in a row they've won since Luka's been back. Make it 7. I think it's 7. But the Lakers right now are looking like a playoff team that can make some noise. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't win the championship this year. I would say definitely next year, because they're going to need a star player to come in on a discount to come help LeBron and Luka get that championship in LA. And a bunch of great role players that can play their parts for a year to try to make something happen, man. So we'll see what happens with the moving parts of that, man. Oh, man, Monday Night Raw tonight. I don't think John Cena's going to be on there tonight, guys. But I know they're going to recap what happened in that match. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley's one match. The Intercontinental Women's title, I think, is going to be Lyra versus Ivy, if I'm not mistaken. I know that the tag team titles are probably going to be on the line tonight. Again, between the Creed brothers and the War Raiders. That's going to be interesting as well. Gunther's supposed to be there. I think Liv and Raquel are going to be there. Bianca's going to be there. There's going to be probably a interaction where she talks about Jade and what Jade did to Naomi, things like that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Hopefully it's still 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's what you need to have in wrestling. Just take off the extra 3 hours and just put the 30 minutes on it and call it a day. Oh man, AEW Collision was okay. We saw the TNT title match between Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole. It got threw out by the Shane Thorne Association. So that's interesting to see where they're going to go with that. I think you're probably going to have a triple threat for the TV title between Daniel Garcia, Shane Thorne, Shane Williams group, and Adam Cole, baby. I think Adam Cole needs to win that match. I think he needs to win that title because he's been with AEW for 2 years, and he has not had a singles title. He did have the Ring of Honor tag team titles with MJF when they had their little bromance going on, but then in the end you saw Adam Cole turned on him, and then he turned on Adam Cole. MJF turned on Adam Cole. It's a bunch of, in wrestling, it's a lot of turning on each other. So we see what happens with that as well. Oh man, I'm gonna try to get off here before 11 o'clock because I'm getting kind of fatigued. I need to get some rest. But back to the John Cena situation, man. And I didn't elaborate too much on it yesterday, but I'm going to elaborate on it today. a little bit right now. This was like when Hulk Hogan became the third member of the NWO and WCW back in 1996. 29 years later, John Cena did the same thing that Hulk Hogan did to the Macho Man Randy Savage. Hogan turned on the fans and became one of the biggest heels in wrestling. John Cena turned his back not only on Cody Rhodes but on the fans, and he's got a little over 10 months to do what he needed to do before he calls it a quit. So this made a lot of sense why he's heel. So is this heel turn going to pay off? This heel turn has got to put John Cena in great contention to be a world champion. He's got to be the 17-time world champion now, since he just did this. This was great for business, folks. I don't care what anybody tells you. John did one of the greatest moves in wrestling. Cody being the synthetic hero, babyface. So guess what? You get somebody that's almost as great of a babyface as you, and you turn on him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing new, because this happened to John Cena a lot in his career. He's trusted people, and they turned on him. Mark Henry turned on him. AJ Styles turned on him. This is nothing new. But this time he was able to beat them to the punch. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going to happen next. Shawn Michaels turned on him. So it's simple. John is now the biggest heel in WWE. And that's how he likes it, because he's probably going to go back to basic thugonomics. When he turns heel, you've got to go back to basic thugonomics. You've got to go back to the doctor of thugonomics. You've got to make John Cena go back in time and go back to his first years in WWE when he was straight healing and talking and rapping about people and talking about people and going out there, coming out there with the chain, talking about basic thugonomics. You've got to do that, even though he got that big receding part in the back of his head. He needs to do something about that. He needs to get some Just for Men. Or is he growing it out for a movie scene or something? But that looks bad on his head. Oh man, this is interesting. We're going to see a lot more stories take place tonight, and we're probably going to find out who all is going to be wrestling at WrestleMania starting tonight. I would love to see Damian Priest go up against Logan Paul. I would love to see what Seth Rollins and CM Punk is going to do tonight. I think they will be on Raw tonight, Seth Rollins and CM Punk. I want to see if Roman Reigns is going to hit the scene, or Paul Heyman or somebody. I want to see Friday if Solo and Jacob Fatu are really going to do this at Mania and things like that. It's going to be interesting. I still don't see no storyline for Sheamus. I would love to see who Sheamus is going to fight at WrestleMania, because he needs to be in a WrestleMania match. It's going to be interesting, man. You know, I'm just waiting for it to happen. March Madness is about to start in college basketball. I hope that Michigan State can get out of the top 68 this year. I'm hoping that Michigan State does not lose in the first game of the tournament. I want Michigan State to get to the Sweet 16 and get to the NCAA championship tournament. I want them to go for the title. I don't want them in a Final Four, because they're good enough to get there this year. But I think Cooper Flagg and Duke are going to be a team to be reckoned with. And me and a couple of guys was talking about this last night at the other job. So We trying to figure out who's going to be the number 1 seed. Is it going to be Utah? Is it going to be New Orleans? Is it going to be Toronto? Is it going to be, who else? Charlotte or Washington? One of those 5 teams are going to be the number 1 team. Let's hypothetically say that New Orleans gets the first pick of the draft. Can you imagine Cooper Flagg and Zion Williamson, 2 Duke boys, on the same team, competing with each other, playing with each other, not competing against each other, but playing with each other? New Orleans would be back on the road to relevancy. With Murray coming back playing great, with CJ probably still going to be there. Man, I tell you this, I'm hoping that the Pelicans get the first pick in the NBA draft, because they're going to go for Cooper Flagg if they do get it. That's the logic pick. If Cooper Flagg comes out this year, which I'm thinking that he probably will, if he decides to go pro, there is no doubt about it, he's going to be one of the top 2 picks in the NBA draft. It's just that plain and simple to me. You do not let Cooper Flagg go past 5 in that draft. You're crazy if you do. You're crazy if you do. And if New Orleans gets the first top 2 picks, I think they're going to go with Cooper Flagg. I'm just predicting this. I'm just saying. Because it usually be a team that was so close in the playoffs to make it, didn't make it. They usually sometimes get the high draft picks. Or sometimes they don't. Maybe through trades or something. The Phoenix Suns, man. Kevin Durant said that I'm embarrassed. I'm not a fan of what the Suns are doing. Kevin Durant is disgusted with Phoenix. Kevin Durant could possibly be on his way out of Phoenix when the season's over. They are right now nowhere near being in the play-in. Minnesota is trying to get back there because they just got Julius Randle back, and Julius Randle played absolutely great last night in a comeback win against Phoenix. And I know a lot of people that betted on Phoenix to win last night, they lost their money. But this is ridiculous. You've got 3 of the best all-time greats on a team, and you can't get out of the playoffs? You can't even make it to the play-in? Boonholes is going to have some answers. They're going to have to figure out a way to trade Kevin Durant. If you want to go to the part where you think your team's not going to do nothing, if you think your team is going to be sorry, then you get rid of Kevin Durant. You trade Kevin Durant. You bring back a valuable piece to match Booker. And you also have everything you need to make make the Suns a legit contender. Because you're going to have to figure out a way to get Kevin Durant out of Phoenix when the season's over. If I'm him, I'll take a pay cut and come to the Lakers. Because if KD comes out there and plays with Doncic and LeBron, it's over. It's over. It's over. Could he go to Golden State? He could. I don't know if he wants to go back there. He could. He could go back to Golden State. He goes to Washington. If he goes to Washington, he makes that team better. With those young guys they got out there, along with Middleton having a better season, along with Marcus Smart, who knows how to play in playoff basketball, they will be, and Jordan Poole, who's okay, can shoot the ball very well, they will become a alright team if KD decides to go play for Washington. I don't think he will, unless there's some more star power coming with that team. Unless they just break that team up and just get new pieces there that can play around KD. That's the only way he goes back to Washington. And I'm just saying that because that could possibly happen. But in order for the Lakers to win the championship next year, they're going to have to pick up some quality pieces that they know can help them get to the NBA Finals and win the championship. I think the Lakers will win the championship in 2026. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win 30 years later in the Super Bowl. They could, but I don't think they will. I would love to see Travis Hunter come to the New England Patriots and play with Drake May. I would love to see Shedeur Sanders get drafted by the Tennessee Titans because they need a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers could possibly be the new quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson could be the next quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Los Angeles Rams still has Matthew Stafford. I saw the trade with Debo going to the Commanders. Let me tell y'all something. That is a huge trade for the Commanders. And I'll give you a reason why it is. Because Jalen Daniels has a guy that can run the ball, catch the ball, and get touchdowns, and that's Debo Samuel. That was a legitimate move made by those boys in Washington. Jalen Daniels was great last year. He just couldn't stop that defense of Philly. But I'll tell you what though, he's gonna win some playoff games in his career. He could possibly be playing for a Super Bowl within the next 2 years. So be on the lookout for that as well. Y'all got something? Y'all think that's what it's gonna be? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. But other than that, I'm about to get off here. It's like 10:52. I said I was gonna be off here for 11. I just wanted to come on and holler at you guys for a minute. Don't forget tonight, watch the NBA, watch college basketball. I think women's college basketball on the night. Watch spring training. But also, most of all, watch Netflix Raw. It's going to be interesting tonight. And until then, God bless you. God keep you. I love you. I'm out.